Do you have a paranormal story you want to share on Night Dreams Talk Radio? You could be a guest. Email us at nightdreamstalkradio@gmail.com.
You're listening to Night Dreams Talk Radio After Dark with our host, Gary Anderson.
Hey, that is me. Anyway, tonight we're going to have a great show. I think it's already started out, James, pretty good for a change.
Absolutely, especially hearing about Michigan and Florida. I missed some of them crazy stories.
I'm upset. I'm in Washington State, and I don't hear any of these crazy stories here in Washington. It's always Florida or Nebraska or Tennessee or Arkansas.
Well, yeah, that might be a good thing, because just think about it. If you had stuff like that in your area all the time, be like, boy, I wish I lived in Florida.
Yeah, I only wish. But you know what? I want to try some of that guinea pig ice cream. No, I don't. Just the thought of that, somehow it doesn't sound good. It's almost as good as cigarette butt ice cream.
You shouldn't have to use a toothpick after eating ice cream. I'm just saying.
I'm sorry. When I married my wife, my current wife, she was into guinea pigs. I mean, she had one that was like 10 years old, and she had it got it when she was about 10 years old or 11 years old, and it passed on, well, right after we got married for some reason. But I think it was old age. I mean, 10 years for a guinea pig is a long time. I would have never thought about putting a stick up its ass and cooking it.
I wouldn't either. I didn't even know they lived that long. But could you imagine being a guinea pig at that restaurant? Every day you wake up thinking, is this going to be the day I'm going to be turned into ice cream or something? It's just bizarre.
Who would think about making ice cream with guinea pigs? I mean, come on. That's like, hey, I'm going to make, bacon ice cream might not be so bad. Somebody tried that. You know that.
No, I didn't know that. But
Burger King did back about 6-7 years ago. They had bacon ice cream. You could go there and get a bacon ice cream.
Oh, wait. You know what's going to be next? Plant ice cream.
I don't know, but I ate one of those. Well, I'm not going to say the name of the restaurant chain, but I had one of those artificial things that taste like a Whopper type of sandwich, okay? And it had no meat in it. And, I felt like saying, where's the beef? I mean, I could instantly tell you I didn't get excited. I didn't have any, cravings of anything because there was no taste of beef in it at all. It just didn't even taste like beef. It tasted like mush. That was kind of, you could taste the onions or you could taste the tomatoes, but you couldn't certainly taste the beef. I don't know. Disgusting. As far as I'm concerned, if I'm going to die, I'm going to die with my lard in my veins, not some plant, juice down my veins. You know what they probably do? They probably treat these plant burgers, okay? And they don't tell the population. They probably soak it in beef blood.
The biggest mystery that it really just bothers me every day is I actually think about this. What are the plants? Like, is it, what are these plants? Is it poison ivy, random plants out in the field? What are these specifically? Are these plants?
Well, I could hear these plants. Don't eat me. Don't eat me. I mean, the scientists say plants have feelings, right, James? And, hey, by the way, we got Sam. Sam, are you there? Hello? We should have Sam.
I don't hear him.
Gee, he's on here, and I'm not hearing anything from him.
I don't hear him either.
Wow. I'm going to hang up on him then if he's not here.
I hope he's not playing with his mic again, or maybe something's not working there, or maybe Skype's acting silly.
Yeah, okay. Well, I thought it was there. Were you there and not saying anything?
I don't hear him either.
No, it dropped out.
Oh, we're hearing ourselves again.
I know.
You know what? I told him how to set up his equipment. Now, Sam, how many times do I have to tell you how to set up your equipment?
I know. Oh. You're gonna bring out his inner.
I got side railed by the Skype dropping down. answering it again, and then, you know.
At
least I
wait a
responded
minute.
very quickly.
Okay. Hey, guess what, James?
What?
He said, you know.
I did?
is that one of the words? Oh, my goodness.
Sam said that. I got to put him on the list.
Yeah.
My agent
Is that
called.
one of the words? Is that one of the words?
Yeah, my agent called me up and he said, okay, Gary, you say you know and too much. And then James says, what nut, and slaps the table. So what did you do? You picked up overnight. You picked up our bad habits.
Oh, geez.
Wow. And I'm supposed to be your mentor, and you don't supposed to pick up my bad habits, okay?
I'm so sorry. I don't know what to say at this point.
Well, don't say that.
And don't say either.
My lips are sealed. I'm not going to say
Well, you better not. Right, James?
Okay.
That's right. Or you're going to have a vacation down in Venezuela and have some guinea pig ice cream for a week.
Yeah, can you imagine that? I'm sure, Sam, sometime in your life, you probably had a pet rat or a guinea pig, didn't you?
Yeah, but I found out that putting a snake in there was incompatible with the pet. So.
Oh, shame on you. I won't even ask. I won't even ask. I don't want to. Yeah. But, you know, I can't even think about the name of the country now, but they came out with guinea pig ice cream made with real guinea pigs.
I hope that's not I hope that's fake news.
No. I remember seeing on the History Channel back a couple years ago, people, you know, they were traveling the world on this show, and it was Ecuador or what I can't remember the name of the country, but their delicacy is not pork, it's not beef, it's guinea pig. And you go into these restaurants and there's guinea pigs running around on the floor, and you choose out which guinea pig you want the chef to cook for you.
Oh, yeah. That's almost as bad as taking spiders. Like down in Africa, and they would put spiders on a stick like we do with marshmallows and have a treat.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, or dog, too. You got to watch some countries you go to.
I just saw a picture of that.
Yeah, I didn't see any picture of that, but I remember when I was in the Army, I went into this restaurant, and, you know, the waiter came up to me and said, "Hey, we got dog on special. Pick out the one you want in the cage." Yeah, K rations sound better, or M rations sound better.
I just saw a private picture. A couple of friends of mine from here, right here in this little town, on an annual basis go to Asia. I'm talking about like Thailand and Cambodia and places like that. Or I think this was in Vietnam. And shared a picture of, that's what they served. They cooked up a dog.
I couldn't do that.
It's just disgusting. We asked them, did you eat something? Yeah, of course not. You know, that would just be so, I don't know what to say about that. I mean it makes you want to give up beef. It makes you want to give up meat altogether when you see something like that.
Actually, you know how many times but I keep going back to meat. It's addicting, just like if you were, cocaine. But you know what? I mean, I've seen things, how, they slaughter pigs and how they slaughter, cattle and all that stuff. And I'll be honest and chicken that time with that one chicken chain of restaurants. I'm not going to say who, that the employees were like taking chickens and slamming their heads against the wall just for the fun of it. But I can.
You need to tell me that in private.
Yeah, but I
you
can
need to tell me where that is in private, not over the air, so I can avoid that.
Yeah, you want to? Yes,
I definitely want to.
Yeah, I can honestly tell you, it's not the General that sells it, but okay. But the thing is, you think about this, and then you see this, right? And then you after you see it, you go, I don't want to eat meat. And you go a day or two or three, and you don't eat meat, and then your wife comes home and she starts cooking a pot roast or a steak, and all of a sudden, you don't even think about it. You got your barbecue sauce, or and you're sitting there putting it on. But it's bad. I just, dogs are so compatible with humans. So I mean, the standpoint when you I mean, I just lost 2 dogs here in the last couple months. I looked at them, just like my children almost. And, and it was hard to lose them. I couldn't imagine, oh, hey, you're dead now. Now I'm going to just, dinner tonight, guys. Yeah, we just ate our dog.
Well, I think that's true with any pets that you got. I mean, if I was close to a pet rabbit or a cow for that matter, like some children on a farm, for instance, they'll befriend a calf or something like that. I would see that being very hard to go ahead and munch down on after having a relationship with one of those animals.
Well, I remember when I lived up in an area called Bonnie Lake, Taps, Washington, years and years and years ago. And our next door neighbor, because I had a bunch of kids, he had 2 kids. And, his son became friends with my sons, and, they would skateboard. And this kid was really a nice kid. I mean, a kid that if it was your son, you'd be so proud about, hey, this kid is my son. Well, his father brought home a baby goat and said, here you go, son, this is your goat. So the kid took care. I mean, he got up before school. He took care of the goat every day, came home from school, took care of the baby goat. Right? Well, about 2-3 years later, now this goat is not a baby goat anymore. And all of a sudden, we get this little flyer. It was delivered at our house. The kid's father, without even telling his son, decided he was going to have, because we were doing a block party at that time. Oh, we're going to have a barbecue. We're going to have a barbecued goat. The kid comes home. His dad killed the goat, right? He's butchering it. This kid went from the sweetest kid to being one of the worst kids you could ever have. I mean, he started breaking in people's houses and stealing. Whatever it did emotional damage. Could you imagine you're a little kid, a young kid, and you take care of an animal like that, and all of a sudden, your father does something like that, knowing darn well at one day that's what the father had in his mind, but never told the kid.
That's just wrong.
Yep.
Yeah, the father should have been locked up. That's bad.
Oh, yeah.
That's disgusting. Somebody would do that to their own kid. If you wanted to be honest and say, hey, son, you can have this goat till it gets a certain age, and then we're going to cook it. That's what we got it here. It's food, son, just like, your hamburgers. But you need to explain that ahead